Role of society in sustainability. Sustainability means living in a way that meets our present needs without harming the ability of future generations to meet theirs. It is not just about protecting the environment. It also includes creating fair social systems and maintaining stable economies. Society plays a central role in achieving sustainability because people's daily choices, community values, and social structures determine how natural and human resources are used. Understanding the role of society in sustainability helps explain why change must start from the collective behavior of individuals and communities rather than from policies or technology alone. The foundation of sustainability is built upon shared responsibility. Every society creates rules, customs, and institutions that shape how people interact with nature. For instance, when a community values conservation, it is more likely to protect forests, save water, and manage waste responsibly. On the other hand, when people focus only on consumption and profit, they often damage the environment and create inequality. Therefore, the moral and cultural values of society determine whether it moves toward or away from sustainability. Education is one of the strongest tools society has for promoting sustainability. When people understand how their choices affect the environment and others around them, they are more likely to adopt sustainable behaviors. Schools, media, and social campaigns can teach individuals about renewable energy, recycling, biodiversity, and social justice. Sustainable education also builds empathy and awareness, encouraging people to act not just for personal gain but for the well-being of others and the planet. Educated societies are better equipped to demand and support sustainable policies from governments and corporations. Social cooperation is another key factor. Sustainability requires collective effort, and that can only happen when people trust and work together. Communities that promote cooperation are more successful in managing shared resources such as water, land, and energy. Sociologist Elinor Ostrom's research showed that local communities often manage resources better than large institutions because they have local knowledge and a sense of shared responsibility. When societies encourage public participation, transparency, and fairness, they create stronger systems for sustainable governance. The structure of the economy also depends on social attitudes. A society that values fair wages, ethical production, and responsible consumption supports an economy that is both sustainable and just. In contrast, societies driven by greed and overproduction often exploit workers and deplete resources. By promoting social values such as moderation, fairness, and long-term thinking, societies can reduce inequality and environmental damage. Fair trade movements, green jobs, and local economies are examples of how social awareness can transform economic practices. Culture plays a deep role as well. Traditions, beliefs, and rituals often shape how people relate to nature. Indigenous societies, for instance, have long practiced sustainable living by respecting the natural balance and taking only what they need. Modern societies can learn from these values and integrate them with science and technology to create sustainable lifestyles. When cultural practices honor nature and community rather than competition and excess, they create a moral framework that supports long-term survival. Technology and innovation also rely on society's ethical use. While artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and smart cities offer opportunities for sustainability, their success depends on social responsibility. Technology alone cannot solve environmental or social problems unless people use it wisely. Society must guide innovation with ethics, ensuring that new tools reduce inequality and environmental harm instead of increasing them. This balance between progress and responsibility reflects the moral maturity of a sustainable society. Social justice is another essential element of sustainability. True sustainability cannot exist in an unequal world where some people live in poverty while others waste resources. A society that strives for equality ensures that everyone has access to clean water, education, healthcare, and opportunities. When people's basic needs are met, they are more likely to care about environmental and social well-being. Sustainability is, therefore, both an environmental and a social goal. It is about fairness among generations and within the present population. The role of civil society, including non-governmental organizations, advocacy groups, and community movements, is also significant. These groups raise awareness, hold governments accountable, and push for policies that protect the environment and human rights. They act as a bridge between citizens and policymakers, ensuring that sustainability remains a shared social agenda rather than a political slogan. Movements for climate action, gender equality, and renewable energy are examples of how society can drive large-scale change through collective voice and moral commitment. Moreover, the family and community unit form the base of sustainable social behavior. When families teach children to value resources, practice empathy, and respect diversity, they create a foundation for a sustainable future. Small actions like reducing waste, planting trees, or supporting local producers can have a large impact when practiced by many people. Social habits, therefore, are the building blocks of a sustainable culture. In conclusion, sustainability is not only an environmental issue but also a social one. Society determines how resources are used, how justice is delivered, and how future generations will live. Every citizen, community, and institution has a role to play in creating a world that values balance, fairness, and long-term well-being. By promoting education, cooperation, equality, and cultural respect, societies can move toward true sustainability. It is the collective consciousness and moral will of society that will decide whether humanity thrives or declines. If you found this explanation helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more sociology and philosophy content that deepens understanding of human society and its challenges.